You know what, Ralph? The only things we don't even try, but we've already accomplished our mission. We did everything we have. All of them. So recently, the only things we always do, we can do whatever we wanted. I know it's gone wrong actually, but especially it doesn't really matter what it works. But when I was thinking of, it's kind of realistic there. But for some reason, it doesn't really matter what it was doing, but don't know what Jordan just said, but he didn't make it on purpose, but well, permanently, it's the real thing. The real thing to talk and ask, and why do all people have to do this? They've already dealt with everyone, but they have already caused more chaos. That's the whole reason we got here, you know what I mean? That's what we got here for the whole time, but nothing really exactly what they were doing, but to be fair, it's kind of real thing, but it's in danger. But the only things we always do, but we don't really have to care about it. But nothing exactly what we were doing. We do not understand, do we? I already know, Gerald, but I'm kind of feel thirsty, but I feel a bit thirsty. Because I don't think I'm drinking whole water for this. Well, for some reason, it doesn't really matter what we were doing, Gerald, but we can't just stay here for long, but until we get our mission back. But the only thing is right now, Gerald, but I don't think we were alone, but we're still in our department, you know? Kelvin wants us to find all the evidence, but what they've done is, maybe we're at the protocol for some reason. Like a protocol for some reason. We're in the safety protocol for this. You know, it's kind of nasty for some reason. But the real thing is, it's not real, but I wouldn't even try if I were you, but nobody cannot see it, do they? Because they were in danger, you know, but nothing really matters though, isn't it? It's kind of coincidence to that one, does it? But the only thing is though, it's the real thing. But as I'm saying is now, Gerald, but the only things we don't do is we always have to say if it doesn't really matter what we were doing. Helping us to find out and then running across the street and, you know, that's what Jordan just said to us, you know. Blue team officers, Alex and Connor, will split it up. Because sometimes I am Ralph Lawson, but, you know, there's something we can tell about it. For some reason, Gerald, but the only things we don't even forgive, we've unforgive the other evidences that we can always secure, but a bit of a resistance for some reason, like a resilience. Maybe it's a resilience for some reason. We don't think we were alone. We don't think we were taking care of all these people but they were not being disaster or like being nasty or something. But we do not have to forgive all of these, all in our contract, in our mind, and boom. I don't know what the heck is going on with me. Oh, look at this. I can't even see my light bulb, and then it flashes out. just keep that in mind with me. And I forgot to say, but the real thing, but we don't think we were alone, but as I wish, but we don't make a difference between us. Do you know that? Yes, Ralph, I know. Because I've already noticed. I've already know everything. And one thing, didn't you notice about the homicide lockdown? That all the takeaways and shops are closed because of the lockdown. Like a homicide. Do you know this? Don't know? So what are you gonna say, Gerald? So you're telling me about the homicide lockdown that this is the only things we don't do that. So you telling me things already, but that's all we got here. But the only things we always have to say if it's not even a resilience. The homicide lockdowns are not really resilience for some reason. The other resiliences are not awarded, but some other reasons that we do not have to discuss in our way. Actually, it's kind of a real thing. But we don't have to make in our promise that we don't really disrespect to the other people in their minds. But for some reason, it took it away. Firstly, it doesn't make everything difference to you, Gerald. It's our opinion, but we already know what we were doing. We tried a lot of few things that it doesn't belong to other people in their minds, but forget it. We don't want to know about that. So yeah, it's kind of a real thing today, but the real thing, Gerald, is we can't even just. Oh my God! Could you just get out of here, please? Don't even think about it though. It's not good enough to say those things, bad things to people. Like, we always just respectful. Our Lieutenant Kelvin said to us, we have to stop them. But what we were thinking about is now, Gerald, the homicide lockdown will be finished. I mean, I can't speak a lot properly. The lockdown will be finished, particularly. Well, maybe for some reason like that. It'll be finished permanently. But forget about that, what we were doing. But the homicide lockdown is kind of a real thing to say if it's not the real thing. I think we always have to think about it that we do not have to make a discussion. But the discussion that is not really belongs to the other people in there, but not just really, but not even just disrespectful for the whole time. But the other reasons that we do not have to think, we're thinking about why we should go and why we should not go, and what is that? So we don't even understand what it means. Like, we don't really just have to think about it. But the other ways we can tell that we did not make it our friends like this, it's only just the other particular. It's just other man in my mind, and we always toughness. So there's a few things that we always do. Yeah, I heard that, Ralph. Yeah. But the only things you can't even do, but you couldn't even mind, and the homicide lockdown should be finished the whole time. But we haven't heard about the homicide lockdown from the protocol. But the protocol has already been just finished about all the time. But there is another few things about the protocol. It's the homicide lockdown. Homicide lockdown is very, very, very highest risk. But the homicide lockdown is a highest risk. But this is a most risk. But the least, at least we don't need to do anything wrong. So we do not understand what we were doing. So we make it up. So we can take care of it, and then it's not going to work. So we'll take it away. So we take it anyways. So let's just think about it. Like Lieutenant Kelvin just said, we'll make it a way through. Yeah. We can get our plans already, and then start in our missions.